They house some of the world's most lethal germs, disease-causing agents that have no cure. But how secure are they? The Associated Press has learned that two of the nation's highest security labs are actually not very secure at all. In a report to be released by the Government Accountability Office, findings show an intruder may have little trouble entering the purported highly secure research facilities. And the AP has learned the identities of the labs and their locations. One is the Southwest Foundation for Biomedical Research in San Antonio, and the other is likely a lab run by Georgia State University in Atlanta. Both labs are classified by the CDC as Biosafety Level 4, a rating which allows the sites to hold some of the most lethal germs, including the Ebola, Marburg, Lassa, and Junin viruses. The president of the lab in San Antonio acknowledged his facility's weaknesses in an interview with the AP.
We take these issues very seriously. On our own initiative, we are going to be retaining consultants to develop some alternatives for us to consider.
So what specifically did congressional investigators find wrong with Kenneth Trevitt's lab, identified as Lab E? Findings show limited camera coverage of the facility, a vehicle barrier consisting only of an arm gate, an unarmed security force, an outside company to monitor the alarm system in an off-site facility, and an exterior window that could provide direct access to the lab.
Our facilities are up to par. As a matter of fact, they're national models. But the report is focusing on what are called BSL-4 laboratories, and there are 5 such facilities in the country. We're one of 5. And so the GAO took a look at perimeter security for all of these organizations, and they felt as though they were recommending some additional safeguards from their perspective, and we're going to be evaluating those.
As for the lab identified as C and likely in Atlanta, the report shows it to be publicly accessible with only limited barriers outside. Investigators saw Pedestrian access the lab building through an unguarded loading dock. The lab also lacked an integrated security system with live cameras. A spokesman at Georgia State would not comment without seeing a copy of the government report. Different aspects of lab security have been questioned over the past years. In 2007, the Associated Press reported that U.S. labs with deadly organisms have experienced more than 100 accidents and have been missing shipments since 2003. So what's being done to remedy the weaknesses in security?
We are planning on increasing our investment in perimeter security. We have never had an incident with our BSL-4 laboratories, and we are a national model for biocontainment.
Federal officials also say the design and construction of 6 additional high-containment labs across the country have been suspended until problems at current labs have been solved. Mike Crossia, The Associated Press.